It's March, and that means I need to get back on my bike. It's been a long, dark, wet and cold winter in the UK. Not as cold as Canada, admittedly, but also not really the types of conditions that have inspired me to get back out on my bike. However, with that 350k charity ride, now just 3.5 months away, I could do with kickstarting my training. And what better way to kickstart my training than coming to sunny southern Spain? I'm about to do an epic gravel ride. This is crazy. Look at the state of it. I could have ridden that bit. Oh my God.
Admittedly, it might not be epic by other presenters' standards, but it is for me. Only, in inverted commas, 81 kilometres, but it's got 1,932 metres of climbing, and most of it on gravel.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you've bitten off more than you can chew, Lloydie. Even Pogacar would struggle with that kind of ride. You've got to ease yourself back into it. And you would be right, except that you're wrong. You see, I am easing myself back into things gently with the help of my friend. No, not yet, mate. Later.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry.
I'm easing myself back into it with the help of my new friend, Denna. This is a brand new gravel bike from our friends at Orbea. There will probably be quite a few of you out there who quickly realised why Denna and I have instantaneously bonded. You see, Denna is no ordinary gravel bike. She's electric. As the old Beatles song goes, I get by with a little help from my friends. More specifically in this case, I'm going to get by with the help of a 420 watt-hour battery and a 5.8 amp cell. Admittedly, that doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but it's certainly music to my ears. And then my other friend today is Conor. Come back in now, Conor.
Oh, back in.
This way. Could you please remind the viewers what we have got in store on our ride today?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Gentle jaunt, the Spanish countryside, 80k, 2,000 metres elevation gain, mostly gravel tracks.
80 kilometres.
Yeah.
That sounds like the sort of epic ride you'd need one of those biddy tents for.
It's a bivvy tent.
A bivvy tent, yeah.
Bivvy tent, Dan. Anyway, I think we should get it done in the morning. Yeah.
In the morning?
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock already.
Well, if we average 20k an hour and leave now, be all right?
Okay.
Go on, Dan. You got this.
Just give me 1 second, because I haven't turned Denna on yet.
How long will that take?
Not long, you just got to find the right button to press. Right, Conor, we're coming. You know, you said about averaging 20 k's an hour? We're doing 7.6 at the moment.
Yeah, kind of forgot we're going straight up the mountain, but I guess, well, slow on the way up, fast on the way down. Should average out.
Oh, that's the best kind of ride, isn't it? Just plain sailing all the way back.
Yeah.
Just the 2,000 metres of climbing to get out of the way at the start then, I guess.
I am always slightly optimistic with my rides, Dan.
Mate, I'm just going to have to go up a couple of notches on the power. Well, there we go, that's better.
Just saying, the gradient's starting to ramp up and...
Well, Christ, it's relentless, isn't it? I've been doing this in the middle of summer in Spain.
I'll be baking.
Absolutely roasting.
The heat will be reflecting off these surfaces as well. Starting to get a bit more rough under rubber as well.
Having already ridden 15 kilometres in the space of just 1 hour and 20 minutes, Conor and I were hurtling towards the first gravel tracks. I'd been conserving the battery, which was still at 96%, partly to test out my own fitness, but partly to ensure I could put Conor to the sword deeper into the ride by deploying the turbo boost mode on the gnarliest uphill sections. We were half sort of joking earlier, weren't we? But it does feel like it is turning into a bit of an epic, even though we're 30 kilometres in.
Climbs are tough. Pretty tough, Rally. I think my eyes have been bigger than my legs, but we're doing well. The rain's come in as well, so it's added an extra dimension.
It has, yeah.
To our
and
challenge.
Your route's got increasingly gnarly, to the point where actually, understandably, the moto driver said he wasn't willing to go down it. So we've mounted the Insta 360s to capture the gnarly part of the ride. My goodness, there's some steep roads in there.
Some proper roads around here. But it's turned into a proper adventure too. I'm liking it. We've got a big day ahead. Yeah. This is going to be good. This is what it's all about, Dan.
It's only 9:30 now, but it starts to feel like we should pitch our tents up, call it a night.
It's not a bad spot for it.
It felt like we were in the rainforest earlier, because it was a forest and it started raining mainly. But you know what I mean? It kind of felt like we were in a jungle.
Yeah, it's got a brilliant feel to it down here in the south of Spain.
Yeah.
Like a separate feel to the rest of Europe. But actually, Europe's only desert is not too far from here as well. Rigoraf. So
great knowledge.
Spectacular place to ride a bike through.
You know, on that last climb, I didn't actually turn the Denna on at all. I went to solidarity with you, grovelling up there.
Solidarity, but I'm also getting quite paranoid because Dan keeps winding me up, so asking if I've got the motor on, if he's got the motor on or not.
I'm saving my battery for later.
Right, on that note, we better get going.
I think we're almost at civilization. Oh, climb. Ow.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a good boost.
Woo. I better turn it off while you hear it.
I do feel like the perception of e-bikes from hardcore cyclists is beginning to change at this point. I think there are still quite a lot of people who don't like them and particularly don't like getting passed by them. Which I kind of understand in some ways, in others it's a bit stupid. But I've heard from so many people recently that buying an e-bike has allowed them to carry on going out on the social group ride that they've always been on, when they wouldn't be able to keep up any longer under their own steam. You know, people as they get older, and that's fantastic, isn't it? That you just are still able to socialise with your mates, you're still exercising, still getting a workout in, and socialising is such an important thing, especially as you get older. It just allows people to do it still.
That's it. I think it also just gives you the confidence to know that you can take on longer, harder routes, get to places that maybe you wouldn't see if it was for the e-bike.
Well, exactly. I mean, I haven't been using the top power much at all. I used it once on a very steep bit where I left you behind. But having not ridden that much, even though it's 80 kilometres and not the epic we've been joking about, by our speed at the moment, it's going to be quite long. And it's nice to know that if I need some assistance later on, I've got my friend Denna to help me. Put it into boost mode on the last climb, so I've left Conor in my dust/mud, given today's conditions. But I thought that whilst he catches back up, it'd be the perfect opportunity to introduce you formally to Denna. Part of Orbea's expansion of their e-road range. So the Gain remains their lightweight road performance model, but the Denna is their all-road/gravel focused mid-drive bike. It's been designed from the ground up around Shimano's UP6 and UP8 motors, depending on which model you've got, using their RS firmware. Orbea's philosophy when they were designing this bike was that the rider and the riding should really come first, i.e. that the E part of this bike is not the dominating factor. So the motor that's hidden there inside the frame basically gives you what you put into it. The more you put into riding this bike, the more it gives you back. They've done this by creating proprietary firmware that works alongside the Shimano unit, which has its own specific gravel tune-up. It has a 420 watt-hour battery with a 5.8 amp cell, so a very energy-dense battery, but there's the option of adding a range extender. I won't be needing that today because
Depending on the terrain, you should be able to get a 100k ride done on the internal battery alone. That battery is the same one that you'd find on the Orbea Rise and weighs just over a kilo, whilst the extender gives you around 40 kilometres of extra riding. It works with the Shimano ecosystem and it integrates with your own head unit using Ant Plus communication. And because of that integration, you'll notice, there he is, I'll catch you up, Conor. Because of that integration, you'll notice that the only screen at the front of my bars there is my Wahoo head unit. However, if you did want a separate screen to control everything in this bike, that option is available. Orbea described the bike as gravel / all-road, but it does have gravel-specific geometry. By that, I mean it's got a slightly longer top tube and a slightly shorter stem to help with the handling off-road. And you'll also probably notice there's a bit more seat post exposure than you'd get on most bikes, which helps with the compliance. You'll also notice some fairly tapered and shaped tubes on this bike, including here at the seat stays, down there on the chain stays, and then the top tube as well, to add to the extra comfort and compliance of the bike. In terms of the material, well, it's fully carbon. This is their OMR carbon, which is one down from the top of the range OMX, but a more well-rounded product, and again, supposedly more comfortable. Just one final thing. Today I've got 45C tyres on this bike, but it does accommodate up to 50s.
Solid one, this.
It is, in this weather as well. You know, we're 2 hours, 20 minutes into our ride, Conor. And partly because we went the wrong way a couple of times, which is my fault. But we're not quite halfway through the ride yet. I'm actually starting to wonder if we've brought enough calories with me.
Yeah.
What was it, 120 grams of carbs an hour you're supposed to have now?
Well, on this section of the route as well, there's kind of once we commit, that's it.
I know, it looks awful from here on. But after that, it's downhill, isn't it?
Deep downhill.
All the way home.
Deep downhill. Reckon you got enough then?
Well, you let me know what you think.
Oh, wow.
I
did think your pockets were bulging.
I've had some chews, a gel, some more chews. So I've got...
No wonder you're flying. Secretly eating behind me.
I've got 2 more gels and 3 more chews. So that's 150 grams of carbs I've got left.
Yeah, I think you'll be right. Oh, there's more.
You know what else I've got?
What's that?
Credit card. Well, I can't see any shops.
Yeah. I think cash might be king around here, Dan. I reckon we'll do it.
How many Ks have we got to go?
43, it's saying.
Is it? But most of that's going to be downhill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hola. I'm on full boost mode now.
Oh, yeah. I'm full gas.
We're edging ever closer to the peak of the route, around 1,100 metres above the sea level where we started. The last few kilometres have been relentlessly steep. According to Conor, anyway, they felt quite steady to me.
Crikey. Looks right, doesn't it?
Woo. Wow. Look, the legs after that. What a place.
And this is the top, is it?
This is the top, yeah. Finally, this is the top. I'll show you the profile.
What altitude are we at?
So 1,070.
1,070 metres?
Yeah.
Feels like we've gone up Everest, doesn't it?
I feel like we might have made hard go of
I
it.
genuinely thought we were going to be a bit further, a bit higher than that.
You're doing well though, how are you feeling?
Well, I mean, obviously I'm using some help every now and again. To be honest, back at the start, when we started videoing, I was kind of joking. When you said that we could do it in 4 hours, I thought, yeah, we can easily do it in 4 hours. I was just joking for the camera.
We're about 4 hours in, aren't we? I mean, we're just over halfway in kilometres, but it is all downhill, is it?
It is all downhill from here. You forget like how slow the going can be when it's gravel.
I know.
And steep gradients.
Yeah.
You really do.
The surface makes such a big difference to your speed, doesn't it? Like we went through a very soft bit of gravel earlier, and you're down to sort of 7 k's an hour again.
Yeah, and there's just such a network of roads around here. You can see Pico Valletta, Sierra Nevada, real like summit of the mountains around here behind us, just disappearing into the cloud.
Yeah, we'll save that for another day, shall we?
Yeah.
Might need a charge in between. Right, let's crack on.
Yep, all downhill from here.
Well, I've averaged 180 watts for 3 hours. Not bad, is it?
Yeah, right.
Here we have the rear view of Daniel Lloyd on a bike.
Skids of the kids.
When Conor said it was downhill all the way back, what he failed to mention was that the descent would feel more arduous than the climb.
Dan's starting to get a true taste of my route designing abilities as the descent has turned into single track.
I've heard all about this. I've seen the videos. Can't believe he's done it to me. There's only so much that a motor can get me out of. Downhill gnarly single track probably isn't one of them.
Here we go, Dan.
This is not gravel. This is like World Cup downhill level mountain biking. Look at the state of it. I could have ridden that bit. Oh my God. I am walking that section. It's hard to even walk it. I say it's not far away. It could take quite a while. This is crazy. This is a mountain bike ride, not a gravel ride. Just for reference, this looks way worse than it does on the camera. Ow. Oh, it looks a bit better here. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Back off. Oh, I think we're coming onto a bit of a track. Oh, maybe not. Hey, Conor, you know you're supposed to be helping me fall back in love with cycling. Right, I'm back on my bike. It's a good sign. I mean, the road's only there, but it might take half an hour. Gravel ride my ass.
I was walking the whole descent. Got my road shoes on as well.
Your road shoes on?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I thought I'd bring these because I thought it'd be a nice light gravel route.
Oh, feels like I've never felt so good to be back on a bike. Is this how you get me to fall in love with riding? If I see how it is out when you're not riding? You going straight through? Perfect. It couldn't have worked out any better, Conor, could it? Really? Oh man, I can't believe we've done a river crossing. It truly is an epic. I don't think somewhere so close has ever seemed so far.
Yeah, it's pretty steep up there.
Is it? Jesus Christ, yeah. Well, I mean, you wouldn't. Not think anyone would get up that without an e-bike.
With the Danny McCaskill test track out of the way, it was time to get Aero up to speed and eat up those final few Ks back to our hotel. Just in time to enjoy lunch at 4 p.m.
We're both buckled.
I got a huge plate of food because it was epic in the end, wasn't it?
It was actually, yeah. I mean, I had it all. The hiker bike, which I pretty much slid down on my bottom.
Well, you did have road shoes on.
I know. I brought road shoes thinking it was going to be a nice light gravel ride, and it anything but.
You don't even know yourself, do you? What you're like. Do you remember earlier this morning where you said we could get it done in the morning and also quoted 20 k's per hour average?
Yeah, considering we're not far off sunset right now.
No, it's now 4 o'clock, and our average speed was something like 16 kilometres per hour when we were actually moving. It was, maybe I did bite off a bit more than I could chew. I actually felt all right. I mean, it helps to have a motor, obviously.
You were going well all day. I mean, you only had to dip into the motor sometimes when you felt like you needed it. But,
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and most of the time, you were winding me up by the fact that you weren't even using it.
Yeah.
That was really good. Thanks for the ride, mate. And
No, I enjoyed it as well.
yeah,
Thank
you're right.
you.
You're flying. You're going to get through this long ride, no problem.
It's only my 3rd ride back.
Also, I think you enjoyed the adventure, so I think we need to keep this going, Dan.
Well, you know, when we were walking down that ridiculous descent,
Yeah.
I did think to myself, is Conor trying to help me fall back in love with cycling by making me so relieved when I get back on my bike after walking down something like that? You never know, it might work.
Let us know in the comments if you want to see Dan in a 10. Bit of a longer adventure.
Yeah, and thanks to Orbea for supporting us with this video and with their brand new bike, which I absolutely loved riding. Insta 360 as well, finishing it on that.
There we go. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Cheers.
See you on the next one.